Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome. My name is Lord PeteyTV, or Petey, whichever you prefer. So, I wanted to take a moment to show you all and talk to you all about these changes that are going on in the Mythic Pluses for Season 2. Now, I just saw these, and these are, the information that's going to be coming out, and I think that these are going to be some great changes. And I wanted to make sure that you all got this information as soon as possible. In addition to that, I want to just take a moment to talk to you all about gearing and things that you might want to know about next season. I want to just make sure you're all aware of this is all stuff that is progressing and changing at a very quick pace. As of right now, it is January 28th. It's about 4 o'clock at night. And I'm going to try to get this information out to you tonight, or I should say tomorrow, early, being Wednesday. So just something I kind of want to make sure that you all know about. Now, without further ado, I would love to get you all of this information. Now, so as you can see here, nothing too, in particular, but there's a quick summary here of everything that they ended up changing over at Wowhead. About the moving of some of the affixes and some of the other things that are changing. So I think that these are very, very important changes that everyone would like to know about. And what's going to end up happening is there's going to be a huge shift in how Mythic Pluses are dealt with and involving what's happening. So kind of quickly talk about this as I'm going through. All right, so the first thing that that kind of took my eye as I'm going through this article, and I'm kind of scrolling very slowly, so if other people wanted to read every single aspect of it, you can. Now, they've already spoken that it's going to be coming out probably in about 4 weeks from now. So that puts us, if you're going to do the math, 4 weeks is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's either going to be January 25th is going to be our last week, which means that March 4th is when the new weeks are, or I should say the new season should approximately come out. Now, as always, usually the first week it's just Mythic Zeros, then the week after that is Mythic Pluses, or they're going to do some difference of how that's going to operate. They haven't posted that information yet. So, one thing that they kind of wanted to address is the fact that the present season of Mythic Pluses are very hard on the casual players. Meaning it is very much harder to complete your 10s. It is very much harder to even get a 7 done. Now, the reason for that is that once you hit level 7, being that you're having Challenger's Peril, being that 15-second decrease in time, meaning you're not going to be able to time keys if you are having a huge problem with that. And I hope that that's really something that, I'm happy that Blizzard is acknowledging this, but I wish they said something or did something sooner, because we've dealt with a whole season of it. My community, I know that a lot of them haven't even achieved 10s, and they said the reason why is because it's just too difficult. And I think that that's something that they should have addressed a long time ago. They did drop the they did take the requirement for Harbinger crests and also for, and for hero gear and kind of moving that down. Well, did they move hero gear? No, they moved the hero gear down a little bit too, but I still don't think that's enough. So, as you can see here, they're going to change a lot of the things that they ended up dealing with, and this is a lot of information of like why they did certain things. Fine, if you want to read it, go ahead. It's on Wowhead too. Doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. So in the end, this is kind of the stuff that they ended up changing and affecting, and this is what I kind of want to read and kind of talk about. And obviously, if you want to talk in the comments below, also we could do that. And as always, we always talk about Mythic Plus affixes. We always talk about a lot of stuff in chat, in channel, in here on YouTube, like all that stuff. So by all means, come, enjoy yourself, have that discussion, but be open-minded. So as always, they're changing. The baseline Mythic or the Mythic 0 dungeons are now going to award champion track gear from each boss with a weekly instance lockout. This is an important thing to know. It's a weekly instance lockout, meaning it used to be a daily lockout. Now it is a weekly lockout, which means it's going to be a little harder to get gear, but not as much. So they are trying to, from what they can see here, they're trying to prevent people from forcing delves more. Now, you can run, or giving them another option to your delves, because your delves, you complete your delves, and then after you complete your delve, no matter what, you got a piece of gear, which is a champion piece, or you got your map, which now you're only allowed one per week. So that means you're only allowed one hero piece of gear per week through delves. So that slows the speed of that too. So the health and the damage of the enemies in those dungeons have been increased to reflect the improved rewards, and keeping Mythic 0 an entry point. See? An accessible point of entry for players beginning their Season 2 gearing journey. Meaning, if you are just starting and you have no gear whatsoever, you can hop into Mythic Zeros with your base level gear, which is probably going to get around 600 through your leveling dungeons and all that other stuff to get through that. And I'm going to show everybody at the end kind of one of the quicker ways to get into your gearing once you hit level 70. 70? 80? 80 I think it is. So that's going to be a thing we're going to go into. So there. So, and then they're looking, and this is also going to help people to learn the dungeons in a low stake environment. This wording here, this learn dungeons in a low stake environment, I don't 100% agree upon, because not everything is easy at that level. So it's something that I really think that should be taken a look at and kind of questioned if you're going to end up doing that. I'm kind of surprised that they said a low stakes dungeon right there. Okay, let's talk about this now. So from Mythic level 2 through 10, each level will now have increased health and damage to enemies by 7%. That's down from a previous 10%, which means that overall the damage percentage is going to be lower towards the end of the key, or I should say, of the Mythic like 10, in comparison to what it was for Season 1, which is going to be really, really good. Now, once the leveling scaling hits, 10, then it's going to be a 10% increase. So 11s and so on and so forth are going to be harder and harder and harder. This is going to really help give people the ability to at least complete their 10s to get their portals. But it's not going to really help them to complete anything higher than that. I think that once you hit 12s, it's going to be a real speed bump, and you'll see why that is. So the Zelotav's Bargain rotating affixes will be moved from Mythic 2s to 4s. That means it's leaving no affix other than the timer for the first 2 levels of the system. This is like give-me's for anyone that is playing. I can't fathom anyone ever wanting to run like these 2-level keys unless they are like have nothing, or you're looking to just get quick and easy gear. And we're going to go over the chart in a little bit that's down here. So then the next thing is the alternating cycle of Tyrannical and Fortified will move up from Mythic 4 to replace Challenger's Peril affix at 7, with the other one continuing to take the effect at 10. So the Tyrannical and Fortified, which used to be at 4, is now going to be at 7, and then the other is going to be moved to 10. So that's an interesting pushback, and I think that this is a good thing and a bad thing. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you're gonna, like, the way that the affixes are operating with the dungeons, you'll see that there's that change. And like I said, I'll get to that once we get to this chart. It's a little easier to understand my brain processing once we get to the chart. All right. Now at Mythic 12, instead of an additional 10% increase to enemy health, Zealotas Guile will now include the increased timer penalty for deaths that was formerly part of the Challenger's Peril, as a replacement for the rotating bargain affixes. While the mechanic could feel overly punishing for groups still learning and progressing towards gearing rewards, a focus on clean execution remains appropriate for the upper echelons of the system, and removing the extra 10% stats would make the transition into this prestige tier of the system feel like less of a wall. Now, this portion here for the Mythic 12s, I think this is a really smart thing that they did. Now, from people that I've spoken to that are running these keys in higher presently right now, they said that the keys they're hard, but losing the Challenger's Zeltas bargain is definitely something that's going to really show later on. So that's something that you really want to take a look at and really want to think through while you're going through that. And then here you go. The requirement to achieve some key reward tiers have been reduced. Hero track gear is now available. End of chest runs on Mythic 6s. Gilded crests are available from 7s and 8s and ups. So, now, this chart. What I want to show you on this chart, let me just get to this bottom part. See, on balance, this version of the system will have a more rewarding point of entry, smoother progression, and overall lower difficulty than players have experienced in Season 1, as I stated before. They've also changed Keystone Legend. That's the new achievement that they have for the second mount. You can get one mount at 2k and another one at now 3k. They moved it to 3k, which is essentially timing all 12s. Maybe you're going to have to do a 13, but then you'll be able to get your 3k. And see, we also have deployed a couple of achievements. This is just a floor for those high level keystones. Instead, one player has achieved all 8 seasonal dungeons at Mythic 12 within the timer. Their keystone will no longer be depleted under 12. One player has timed all dungeons at 13. The new floor will be 13, and so on and so forth. So they have that non-decreasing dungeon keys anymore also. That's another really, really good thing that they're ending up doing. So I think that that's really a great point if you're looking at that. Now, so this chart here, which I wanted to kind of show you, I'm just logging into the game on my Druid so I can show you guys exactly what I was talking about before. But anyway, so these are the Mythic dungeon levels. This is the base percentages that they've ended up changing. As you can see here, the affix is what's going to happen. The end of this is what you're going to get in your vault, what you're going to get in the Great Vault, and your crests. So this here, these two levels are I think are going to be kind of humorous, unless you're looking to gear another character. I think that people, when they end up starting to play now, they might end up just skipping this whole thing now and going right to Mythic 6s for your hero level gear. You want your hero level gear because it's hard. I'm going to be honest. It's hard to get Mythic level 1 unless you're in a Mythic raiding guild. So if you can get to Mythic level 6 to start getting hero gear for this next season, with the gear you have now from Season 1, it's going to be crazy and easy to do. This is only a 40% increase in damage, which means tanks now that are tanking probably 10s and 12s are probably going to be able to deal with this. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people that are in the upper echelons, if you will, like they said in the game, are going to start there. I'm probably going to end up starting just at 4s. I'll run some 4s, see how it goes, and then go to 6s. Once you get a decent amount of champion gear, this going to like Mythic 7s is going to be like nothing. I still don't understand why this is a 10, because they said that it's going to be a 7% increase, but I don't know why. But anyway, so see, Hero 1, This is going to start getting you your gilded crests, which you're going to need. And this is going to cap sooner than later. So you want to start getting to this, and you want to start capping it every single week. To the point where once that's done capping, it'll automatically slide over to your runed. Once it's done with your runed, you go to your carved, so on and so forth. But see, that's something that's kind of, you know, something to look at. And then going here, seeing that you're 10, you're tyrannical and you're fortified. Once you hit mythic level 10, I feel the difference of the dungeons are really not that big of a difference in comparison to the week prior. So like mythic 10s are almost, they feel the same, with the difference of the Zolotov's bargain, which really doesn't change that much. So, you know, that's just my thoughts and kind of something I wanted to show you. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you, which we're going to take a quick swap over, is we're going to go into game right now real quick. Now, I'm just on my druid because it's easier just to move around. So once you hit level 80, like I said, you're going to do your story quests, you're going to do all that stuff, you're going to get all that stuff done. You're going to want to fly over here to the Keeper's Terrace. You're going to end up talking to... There's usually a guy right here that has a quest for you, who's not there because I've already done it on this character. And then he's going to end up sending you to the island, to the Siren Isles. Now, the Siren Isles is essentially a catch-up mechanic for everybody in-game. Now, I will say that the catch-up mechanic is really a smart and strong thing that they ended up doing, and something that really will help to affect and get everybody into a good spot. So once you end up getting here into the Isles, you'll be transported there. Once you are transported there, you're going to end up... you're not going to have the ability to fly, because you're just going to start here. You're going to do a quest. You're going to talk to a couple of people. And eventually, you're going to come over here to this person over here. This is a quartermaster right here. You're going to talk to the quartermaster, and he is going to have veteran gear, which is also warbound. But all that really doesn't matter if it's warbound or not warbound, or so on and so forth. But this is going to pretty much give you the ability to get pretty up to date on most of your gear, so that you can actually start to gear. So the way that works is that you do quests and things on this island, and you're going to end up getting Flame Blessed Iron. Now, I've been doing this not too long, and I have a decent amount of it. I have a total of over 13. So I have about 14,000. So this is like easy peasy for anyone that's trying to look to level or to gear or do anything like that. So once that is ending up doing, and once you're ending up being done with that, you're going to have probably enough gear to kind of go and start working on your other world quests or things like that. And I'm saying world quests and things like that because I think it's really something to make sure you're all aware of it. You're going to want to start running your delves. Now, there's two different types of delves that you're going to want to know and you're going to want to deal with. One of those is your regular old delves like these that are closed. And then you're going to have your open ones, which is the ones over here. So your closed ones are, your regular old delves. And then these are the bountiful ones. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run the regular delves until you get to a level 8. Once you get to level 8 and you start getting coffer keys, you start running the bountiful delves. And you're probably asking yourself, how do you get these coffer keys? So how do you get the coffer keys? So you end up getting the coffer keys by doing things like this, like the theater trope. So you're going to do the theater trope. You're going to come over here. You're going to see that there's another one here, which is called Spreading the Light. This is going to be another one that's going to give you a key there. And then over here, you got your Awakening the Machine, which is another great way to do it. And then over here, there's really no other way to, I'm not sure about it. Oh, and then here. Oh, yeah, there's a 3 world quest one here. So you complete 3 world quests, you get this one, and you're good from there. You also, like I was saying before, the Siren Isles, they have it here too. So you can have probably 5 of those very easily there. And you're probably asking yourself, oh, is there anywhere else I can get these things? Yes, there's other ways to do things to get more keys. For instance, and this is why I'm trying to fly over here and show you, right outside the inn, you're going to have multiple people here that are giving you quests. You got 1, 2, and then this dude over here. 4. 3. So these guys are all going to give you quests. Sometimes this guy will give you 2. Sometimes this guy will give you 1. Depending upon what it is. As of right now, it is the time walking dungeons. Run those. Get as many of these quests done as possible. This gear helps. So between getting your champion gear, getting that, which is a hero piece of gear, and going through and getting all of these chests and everything, you can usually pick one of these, you're going to end up getting this plethora of gear being thrown at you. Now over here, once you start getting really good at delves and running lots of delves, get your coffer keys right there. Boom, boom, boom. And they're very cheap, and I have a lot of undercoin right now on all my characters. So you have lots of different options to get yourself to the point of geared right now. And I think that one thing that most people are forgetting is that you don't need to get all of it at one time. You accumulate it over time, and then you'll be fine. And that is what I recommend you end up doing and taking the time to do. Take your time, gear, get yourself all squared away and ready to go, and then you'll run with it. And Season 2 will be in the bag for you. You'll be ready. You can walk right in once Season 2 starts, and I'm probably telling you, if you are ready, you're probably going to be able to easily get to Mythic +4s right from the start. If you're questioning dungeons and you don't know how they're going to operate, do your 3s. If you have any questions about what's happening, you can always find me on Instagram, but on YouTube, Twitch. We're on almost every single night. I'm taking a little bit of extra time right now because I want to get this information out to you all. So, as always, there's lots of different things that are going on, but I think that overall, people will have a huge enjoyment of getting themselves geared to a place where they can run and get ready for Season 2. I think Season 1 was very harsh on a lot of gamers, on a lot of people that are playing. I think Season 2 is going to extend that and make them a lot better. So, thank you all very much. I greatly appreciate you checking out this video. Once again, my name is Lord PeteyTV. Come check us out. Hit that subscribe button. Love you all. Good luck on Season 1. You get at least 4 more weeks. And then hopefully I'll see you guys in chat. And good luck getting ready for Season 2. Thank you. Bye, everybody.